The other day I was thinking about the difference between though, even though, and although. Even though they all mean but, there's a difference though. And although you may not have learned it before, you'll learn it today. Let's dive in.
Welcome to another Happy English podcast coming to you from New York City. And here's your English teacher, Michael.
All right, thank you, John, and thanks, everyone. It's Michael here from Happy English, and I help people speak English better. And this is Happy English Podcast, episode 941. Though, even though, and although. What's the difference? Hey, thanks for tuning in. So let me ask you something. Have you ever heard someone say, even though I was tired, I went to the party? And then later heard, although I was tired. Or even just, I was tired though. Wait a minute. Are those all the same, or are they different? Well, the truth is, these three phrases, though, even though, and although, all express contrast, like you say one thing, but then mention something opposite. But how we use them depends on the situation, how formal or casual we want to sound, and the rhythm of the sentence. So today, I'll walk you through the differences between though, even though, and although, with clear, natural examples to help you speak more fluently and confidently. Let's start with though. This one is super common in everyday spoken English. We often use it the same way as but, especially at the end of a sentence. Like this: I didn't study for the test. I passed though. Or it started raining a little. We kept on hiking though. See what I mean? The word though is like an afterthought, a little contrast at the end of your sentence. It softens the contrast, and it's very natural. It's not as formal as saying but, so it fits casual, friendly conversations. Here's another one. That sushi place has really good food. It's a little pricey though. Or, he didn't say much in the meeting. He made a great impression though. Again, using though at the end of your sentence gives the feeling that you want to say but in a softer, friendlier way. All right, now, how about using even though? This one's a little different. Even though also shows contrast, but it's stronger. We use even though when something is unexpected or surprising. Like, even though I was exhausted, I stayed up to finish my homework. Yeah, you'd expect the person to go to sleep, right? But they didn't. That's the power of even though. It makes the contrast more dramatic. It shows surprise. Here's another one. Even though she doesn't like flying, Jenny traveled to Australia for her friend's wedding. Or, even though it was snowing, we went out for ice cream. Now, compare that to, it was snowing. We went out for ice cream though. Even though has more energy. It feels stronger and more direct. Even though it was snowing, we went out for ice cream. Using though at the end feels softer, almost like what we wanted to say was an afterthought. It was snowing. We went out for ice cream though. So yeah, the impact between these two has a totally different feel. Okay, now let's talk about although. Although and though have similar meanings, but although sounds a little more formal. It's more common in writing, speeches, or professional settings, like this. Although I disagree with what the senator discussed, we understand her reasoning for blah, 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 blah. Formal sounding, right? Or, although he had little experience, he got the job at the bank. So, when you want to sound more polished or academic, although is a good choice. You could say, although it was raining, the game continued. And that would fit perfectly fine in a news report or essay. But in conversation, you're more likely to hear, it was raining. We played anyway, though. Let's take a look at though, even though, and although side by side. I was tired. I went to the party, though. Even though I was tired, I went to the party. Although I was tired, I went to the party. All of them work, and the meaning is mostly the same, but the tone and rhythm change depending on which word you choose. And you might be wondering, what about but? I was tired, but I went to the party. But just shows contrast as a fact. It's neutral. There's no real emotion or nuance. On the other hand, though, even though, and although all add a little feeling. They give the sentence some flavor, some attitude. And that's the difference. So here's a good rule of thumb. Use though when you want to sound natural and casual, especially at the end of a sentence. Use even though when you want to show a stronger or more surprising contrast. Use although when you want to sound a bit more formal or you're writing something serious. Now, here's your challenge. Try writing or saying 3 sentences with this language from your own life. One with though, one with even though, and one with although. Think about something you did yesterday or something that surprised you. Here are a few examples to help you out. It was cold. I went for a walk, though. Even though I had a headache, I joined the meeting. Although I was nervous, I gave my presentation. And hey, keep in mind, the best way to remember English like this, and any other word or phrase in English, is to take that word or phrase, write it in a sentence that's true for you or true in your world, and then memorize your sentences. That's how you build fluency. Thanks for listening. And remember, learning another language is not easy, but it's not impossible. And I'm here to help you on your journey.
This podcast was brought to you by Happy English. Please visit myhappyenglish.com. Show your support for Happy English by leaving us a review. Get English, get happy, Happy English.